two, one, zero.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Hello, good morning. Good morning. We was chatting about something, but anyway, this is welcome to Wellness Wednesday, Conversations to Raise Vibrations. My name is Lisa Kelly, and as always, I'm joined by the beautiful Elvira Hopper, who looks always exceptionally beautiful, I have to say.
I catch you, beautiful.
If you're joining us live, please let us know who you are. Hopefully, you've given StreamYard permission to share your name. And if not, just jump your name in the comment section. We do love to engage in comments, so please throw your comments up there. If you are watching later, please hit hashtag replay. And if you're jumping over to our beautiful YouTube channel, which we would invite you to do anyways, please like, share, and subscribe to your heart's content. We're trying to get these messages out there so so we can serve others and help others. That's the whole purpose of these videos. We're not doing it just to sit and have conversations for ourselves, although I love it. I learn something every single Wednesday from these conversations. I really do. And we are also doing this to share with the greater population and hoping to serve those that need this message. So today we came to the studio equally. It was interesting how Divine equally put this message into downloaded this message to us both. Although I have to say it does come from a client that I just worked with this morning, so I'm not going to take full credit for that. But both of us are going to talk about today being a sovereign being and what that actually means. And I was just thinking about this too, Elvira. We're hearing this word, at least I hear it a lot with these enlightened beings that I'm following on Instagram, and being a sovereign being. And what does that actually mean? What does that really mean?
Yeah.
And it was interesting because I follow another woman on Instagram. She's a huge advocate for mothers. So I'm sure you can imagine she's obviously likely in uproar about everything right now, but he's a huge advocate for mothers and, being that sovereign being. And she posted the most beautiful post a while back. And I said to myself, I was going to screenshot it and I didn't, but the long and short of it is nobody needs to tell you what to do with your body, with, freedom, anything. You don't have to wait for a government to tell you what to do. Or, this goes with all the other stuff that we've had to deal with. This is not up to a government. They don't own you. This is not up to anybody, any political leader, any boss, anything. They don't own you. You came here a sovereign being. You are a sovereign being. What are you going to do with that? So let's talk a little bit about, maybe dissecting what that looks like and what that means.
Yeah. So I love it that you were talking about that with your client, because I was actually posting this on Facebook as before you even said that. So here's the post that I made on Facebook, right?
Only you deciding what is right for you can save you. Yeah. 100%.
So yeah, I've gotten really present to that over the last 24 hours, where I've seen situations where people have given away their power to things outside of them, to powers outside of them. And there's different things you can give your power away to. You can give it away to your job, to a corporation. You can give it away to a spouse. You can give it away to a religion telling you what to do, who to be. And you can give it away to, let's say, meds that you possibly don't even have to have if you could have a more sovereign attitude about, who you are and what you're here for, and being on purpose, and not just, being at the whim of forces outside of you. Like, you are a sovereign being. Only you can decide what's right for you. And even if you're standing alone, but you're living your truth, that's okay. Because eventually, by you standing alone and living your truth, you're going to attract the right people to you, and those that you're meant to go through this life with, because none of us is meant to go through it alone. Right. So, but you need to own who you are, what you believe in, your values, and be a sovereign being. Right. Do you resonate?
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then, 100%. And that comes from, a client that I just had as well. And when she came to me, she won't mind me saying this. I'm not sharing names, of course, but
Yeah.
when she came to me, she felt suicidal.
Yeah.
And it was all work related, like a
Been there.
very,
Yep. Yeah.
very toxic work environment.
Yep. Yep.
And I mean, she now knows everything happens for her, not to her.
Yeah.
But, she went in for what was her last day on Monday, was supposed to be today, but she ended up leaving. And her last day was Monday.
Yeah.
And this person that she works with was looking for some sort of closure to all of this. And
Mm.
basically, what she said in a nutshell is it is not my job to give you closure.
Mm.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I just need you to know. She thanked her.
Yeah.
I talked to her about Angel of Evolution. She
Yeah. Nice.
she thanked her for being the catalyst for
Yes.
her to remember who she is and stand in
Yes.
her truth.
Oh, I got chills. I live for this. I live for this.
And
Yes. Yes.
she said to her, I just, I want to thank you because without this, I wouldn't be here now, standing in my truth, in my power. And now I know that
Wow.
what I've learned is I will never look for anyone else to save
Mm.
me. I was looking for
Yes.
you to save me, and that isn't your job. And the
Yeah.
only person that can save me is me.
Oh, amen. Amen.
Right? Now she didn't
Yeah.
take that very well because,
Yeah.
of course, she's not open and receptive, but that's okay
Yeah.
because this person now, like my client is so, oh my God, the truth that she's standing in, the power that she's standing in is
Wow.
incredible. And the light
Wow.
that emanates from her now is
Oh,
completely different.
yeah.
So, these are the things that happen when we do our work,
Yeah.
when we
Yeah.
show up for ourselves.
Yeah. And usually it's because of something really, really nasty,
Yes.
supposedly nasty, that triggers us, right? Like people have breakdowns before they have breakthroughs. Like
Yeah.
my moment of surrender where I was ready to die if I didn't get a natural and fast way out of my hell was my moment of being able to receive because I was in total surrender to say, hey, you know what? You that brought me here, you need to, tell me that or give me a system that will allow me to leave this. And the system I was given was that you're fine, you're divine. Hey, that rhymes. And you're like, God isn't just out here, God is in you.
Yeah.
And that shift is what totally brought me out of my darkness.
Yeah.
That was my spiritual awakening, so to speak. Some people call it that, right? When you have those rock bottom moments, like Eckhart Tolle, he was at a park bench, he couldn't live with himself anymore, hated himself, right? And then he realized the voice observing all the chatter in his brain was his true self, right? Oh,
Yes.
major chills.
I
That
know.
was his awakening. That's why he wanted to live, and he's become a master of stillness and
Yes.
really connecting to our inner guidance. And yeah, so there's so many different ways of doing this. And so I could talk about this all day. Anyway, what else did you want to share,
No,
Lisa?
I just think it's so important for us to I really, really am so glad we're having this conversation because I really think it's so important. It isn't, to me, it's always been important, but it has never been more important than the world we're living in today,
Yeah, yeah,
of understanding your truth, of understanding just how freaking powerful you are
yeah, yeah,
and living as a sovereign being.
yeah.
Because we gotta stop giving our power away. Us
Oh,
we're not gonna go into the political stuff because
yeah,
we
yeah.
really just wanna stay away, but we all know what we're talking about,
We all know.
right?
Yeah,
And obviously horrific
yeah,
what has taken place, but equally so the last 2 years has been horrific what has taken place, and giving away our power and thinking that somebody outside of us is somehow in control of us
yeah.
is when I think, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say this, that's ludicrous. Like,
Mhm.
it really is ludicrous.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I understand because I've been there as well.
yeah.
We've all been
Same, same.
where, an institution of
Yeah.
sorts, be it religion, be it, job, be it
Job, yeah.
any
Spouse, yeah, anything, anything.
be it
Yeah,
any of that
yeah.
institution,
Parent, yeah,
yeah,
exactly,
we'll
exactly.
just
Yeah,
call it that. It has we think that they have the sole propriety over us. Somehow think they have the control over us, and we have
Yeah.
to wait until they tell us what to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Ah, yeah.
It just right, guys. Listen, take back your power,
Yeah.
and the only way to do that is to step into your divine truth.
Yeah.
And what does that look like? Okay, let's talk about what that looks like, because that's easier said than done too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's your divine truth. I was sharing The Untethered Soul.
Mm.
My client, I said, I'm feeling really drawn to give you this book. I
Yeah.
really feel like, because in the energy healing we did, my guide said you really need to keep your heart open. I feel like
Yeah.
they want you
Yeah.
to keep your heart open, not go back to closing it. If you've read the book, Michael Singer it talks a lot about opening and closing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I happened to turn on the exact page when I was sharing this with her, and the sentence was, "How do we open and close?" Well, it's really simple.
Mm.
You keep it open.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Turn
Really
turn the switch on. Yeah, yeah.
just
Because
keep your
once
heart.
you awake, you can't unawake. Like
Yeah,
you're awake, right? It's like you were an A, now you're a B. In chemistry, once an element goes from A to B, it can't go back to being an A ever
right,
again once it becomes a
right,
B, right? So it's about
right,
becoming awake. It's about
right.
opening your heart. Yeah, yeah,
Opening your heart and
yeah,
keeping it open, no
yeah,
matter what experiences flow through you,
yeah, yeah.
flow by you, no matter
Everything's
what.
happening for you. Everything's happening
Right.
for you.
And if you can stay in that, as you talk about Eckhart Tolle's observer mode, and I talk about it with clients as the awareness mode, because that's who we are. It's 11:11.
Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. Make a wish.
Yes, thank you, angels. So we're on the right track here. When we
Yes.
notice,
Yes.
that's when we're on the right track.
Synchronicity. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If we can just stay in that observer mode, that awareness mode, and watch us watching the thoughts,
Yes.
that's who we really are.
Yes.
I
Yes.
always say
Not
this.
believing those thoughts, just watching them because
Yeah,
feelings and thoughts like come and go. They're not the truth, right? They're
right.
not the truth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sitting here on a sticky note just above my desk. Don't believe everything you think.
Yes, that's the fifth agreement. So you know the four agreements by Miguel
Uh,
Ruiz. Well, his
yeah.
son came along and put in a fifth agreement, which is don't
Oh,
believe everything you think. Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
I love
It's now the five agreements. Yeah,
I love it.
yeah,
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So that really is just stepping into your truth. And that means showing up for yourself. That means doing the hard work. And yeah,
yeah.
it's hard. It's hard.
It's hard
You
if we
know,
do it alone, but we can create it. It's easier in community. So finding the right coach, mentor, community to do the inner work with is really
yes,
important. Yeah.
yes, 100%. Facebook user, hello. Hi, I'm not sure who you are. Just let
Hello.
us
Put your name there.
so we can say hello. I love when you
Oh,
come
I
along.
love this conversation, Lisa. It's just
Right.
balm for my soul because I've
Me
had a
too.
challenging situation in the last 24 hours, but I know that everything is always happening for me, not to me, and for my team and not to my team.
Yeah,
And I'm just making sense of all of it. And yeah, and this is just a beautiful conversation that's balm for my soul. So I'm so
I know.
grateful to you, Lisa.
Well, I'm so grateful for you too. And I think it was divine timing that we both came up with
Yeah.
this topic at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're
Love
so in alignment, and that's why I
it.
love the idea of what we're doing together, creating
I
group coaching. Because,
know.
how do you do this work? Well, you go into a container where
Right.
people know about this, and then you absorb it through osmosis. You learn about it through the teachings that they teach, and you up level, right? So that's what people can do with us, and they can create their dreams. They can create the life of their dreams. They can go for their goals, whatever they be. So that's how you do it. That's how you do it.
I know. And that's the thing, right? There's been so many people like on this page, or just so many people I meet. And I just think, oh, guys, if you just do your work, if you just,
Yeah.
step into it a little
Do the
bit,
inner work. Yeah.
do that
Yeah.
inner work, and then the the miracles, as you call it, being a miracle magnet, right? It just everything just shifts in your world, and all of a sudden color seems brighter, like you
Yes.
see color, like everything
Yes.
is brighter. Hi, ladies. Hi. I don't know who you are.
Hello.
Hopefully you can just let us know who you are in the comment section. You have to give StreamYard permission to share your name or it won't. It just protects your privacy. So we will see it in the Facebook post though, for those of you that have said hello. Yes. So, okay. So sovereign being, stepping into your divine truth. Is
Yeah.
there anything else you want to say about that piece?
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking back to myself before I had my breakdown, my breakthrough, my spiritual awakening, whatever you want to call it. Um, I just think about who I was back then. And I just,
Denny.
you
Hi,
know,
Denny. Sorry.
who's that? Janet?
Denny.
Denny. Oh, hi. Hi.
Yeah.
I just think back to me back then, Lisa, and I have so much compassion for her because she didn't know what she didn't know,
Yeah.
and she was stuck in this place of needing that outer validation like she needed oxygen, right? I needed the company to tell me that I was great by giving me promotions, by giving me more money, by giving, like I needed that. Like I was so like hungry for that. And I needed to be the best, because otherwise if I wasn't the best, I was the worst, right? And so this is just examples of thinking that how I used to think back then. And I used to need outer validation from the opposite sex as well, because
Oh,
I
yeah.
wasn't getting, I wasn't getting it all at home because my poor husband, God bless him, like he could only say, "You're fabulous, you're gorgeous," so many times, but I didn't believe it because I
Yeah.
hadn't done the inner work. So
Yeah.
I needed people to constantly fill me. It was like I had this hole in a bucket and it was always draining out, and I needed people to constantly validate me. And so I needed outside sources. And back then I was religious. So I would see myself as this lowly, sinner, and
Right.
God was out there, and only
Oh,
by the grace of God could I do anything, right? So I
yeah.
gave my power away to religion, right? So these are the things that I used to be, and I just think back and go, it just makes me want to cry that I
I
was that way. But I'm grateful that I was, because I had my breakdown,
Yeah.
because now I am who I am, and I can help others that are still there. And I know there's a lot of people still there. There's a lot
Mhm.
of people hurting in the world because, the patriarchy is doing what it's doing in the United States. We won't go into too much detail, but everybody knows what's happening. And I do believe that enough of us doing this inner work will allow this shift to happen on the planet, where the
Mhm.
patriarchy stops taking power away from women.
Mhm.
Because who has a right to tell a woman what to do with her body?
Mhm.
And right now it's happening, but I do believe we can shift this, Lisa. With
Mhm.
enough of us doing this inner work, I do believe we can shift this.
Mhm. Mhm.
Do you believe that?
Oh, 100%. And so I just want to acknowledge, so, Denny and Stephanie, you did the StreamYard permission. I get it.
Hi, Stephanie.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not working, but no, it's not showing your name. I hear you and I feel like it's me. Yeah, this is amazing. I love that you can resonate with this. And so what I want to just jump back to that is, if enough of us do our own inner work, what happens is we raise the vibrations on this planet
Yeah.
as such that patriarchy falls away.
Yeah.
And
And do
I
you know what
will
the
say,
percentage is? Do you know what the percentage is, Lisa?
no.
So Eleanor Hayward, one of my beautiful miracle mindset mentors, leaders of the system that came through me, she told me it's only 3% of us need to awaken for the
Oh,
whole
yes.
world to be affected. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Did you
yes.
know that? I didn't realize that. I just
I
learned
knew
that
it was very
recently.
low. I knew it was
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
low.
It's very
It's
low.
like that saying, if you're one person in a room, there's enough light for one person,
Yeah.
or whatever that
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
right? Um, this Facebook user, I feel more free out of the religion now. I've done the legwork. It's been years. Yeah.
Oh, hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I think
I
that might
feel
be
you.
Denny because I know a little bit about Denny's story.
Okay.
So that could be Denny.
Okay.
But yeah, like
Way to go, Denny. Way to go. Yeah.
get it. I totally get it. And this is the whole thing of, I'm just going to say this, no government,
Mm.
any government, any political leader, and I know there are some females in power, but it tends to be more males, let's face
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
has the right to tell anyone what to do with their
Yeah.
body.
Yeah.
No health choice, nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
just going to extend that a little bit because obviously the Roe versus Wade is on everybody's mind, but the other stuff needs to be there too in the forefront. Nobody has the right to tell anybody what to put in their body, what to do with their body.
Yeah.
That's the whole piece about being a sovereign being. And I
Yeah.
feel very strongly about that. I'm
Yeah.
very passionate about that,
Yeah. Yeah.
as I'm sure it's coming through. So, but for
And
me,
that's why we were guided to be teachers of this work. That's why we were guided to be, inspirational leaders, because we've gone through it and we can help others get through it as well. And
100%.
our and light workers like us are so needed right now on the planet. And I bet you so many people that are watching this are light workers too. So, we just invite you to really step up and do what you're meant to do. And so many of us have a mission to help humanity transform
Yeah.
by getting real, by doing the inner work of healing and evolving and connecting to why you're truly here and
Yeah.
making the world a better place. Right,
Yes.
Lisa?
100%. And Denny just said it took years to undo what the religion had done to me.
Oh, Danny, I feel you, sister. I feel you.
Yeah.
I'm actually interviewing people to find out more about their experience having been religious, and if they're still stuck there, that we can talk to, or the ones that have been able to transform to spirituality. I'd love to chat with people about that. I'm actually doing a bit of informal research around that. So
Nice.
if Danny wants to talk, I'd love to hear more about her story. So
Love it.
yeah.
I love it. Yeah. So, like I just feel like I feel like the universe has this bigger purpose in all of this. I really have to
Oh
believe that.
yeah.
I have to
Oh
go in
yeah.
that light and believe that there are so many broken systems on the planet,
Yeah.
religion,
Yeah.
whatever.
Paradigms that need shifting. Yeah, absolutely.
The list goes on with the systems.
Yeah.
And I feel like, and this is from a lot of enlightened beings I follow as well, and who are channeling messages like crazy right now. And this is the sole purpose of all of the stuff that has begun, you know, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. A lot of the stuff that has started is to dismantle a lot of these systems. So it
Mhm.
is going to happen. I believe it is.
Yeah.
It always looks worse before
Yeah.
it gets
Yeah.
better. And I really, if we can just hold our space, hold our
Yeah.
light, hold our
Yeah.
truth, hold our power,
Yeah.
and not give it away to
Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know, this is all part of it. This is all part of standing.
absolutely.
This is all part of raising consciousness on the
Yeah.
planet. You
When
know,
enough of us awaken, then there's going to be a new normal.
yeah,
And I do believe that we can co-create this
yeah,
heaven on earth, which is everyone getting to keep their power, people living in alignment with their hearts and souls,
yeah,
people living what they were brought here to do, fully self-expressed, not living with the masks of smiling and then pretending everything's okay when it's crap on the inside. This is about living from our heart and soul, not our ego self.
yeah,
This is what it's all about. And you and I just happen to be two, teachers of this, because we've had our own experiences
yeah,
and we've done a lot of studies and personal transformation through it.
yeah.
And that's why I'm so excited about what we're up to very shortly. So
No,
yeah.
I know. It is very exciting, but I just wanted to add to that as well, that we walk through life, believing that somebody else is in charge, or believing this is our life, this is what we have to
Mhm.
do because we were
Yeah.
told, right? Go to school,
Yeah.
get a
Yeah.
job with benefits, and you do that until you retire, and then you just do whatever,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
We don't It wasn't until, I left my career 4 years ago, 5 years ago now, and I with nothing. I had nothing to go to. So, I don't know whether that's brave or crazy, but
Little of both, little of both. Yeah.
but at the same time, I just couldn't do it anymore, and my
Mm,
soul was it
yeah.
was my soul that
Oh,
was guiding me and
oh.
kept pushing me and pushing me and pushing me
Mhm.
until I finally just left. And I feel so much more freer than I ever did. And I think to myself, now I have so much compassion
Yeah.
for those that think they need to stay where they are,
Yeah.
because there's so many that think they need to stay
Oh,
where they are. And I thought I was alone when I left. I thought, oh my
yeah.
God, who does this? It's crazy. Hence, this is why I started this Facebook group, because I really did think I was alone.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, I'm
You
finding,
found your tribe.
yeah, like I
Yeah.
was, oh my God, I'm not alone. Look at
Yeah.
the people. Because for so long I felt alone that, well, no, this is what you do. You've got to stay where you are. You've got a good
Mhm.
cushy job. And
Yeah.
well, you're dying on the
Yeah.
inside, and you
Yeah.
see people that are so stressed out, taking stress leaves, on
Mhm.
so many medications,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, don't get me
living
started.
your
Yeah.
purpose, not in high vibrational alignment with what you were put here to do. But unless you can go within and really listen to that soul's guidance, it gets ignored and it gets shoved down.
Yeah.
And, hence we have dis-ease in the body,
Yes.
and
Yes.
all kinds of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So honestly, it is so worth doing the work as
Yeah.
much as it can be, difficult. It's so worth doing the work. And again, like you said, you're never doing the work alone. At least I
Yeah.
would recommend
No,
you
no.
work alone. And I don't know that you can do the work alone. I mean, I think maybe I've
Well,
tried.
you can a little bit at the beginning, but then as you grow, like I found that when I was
Yeah,
divinely gifted with Love Your Vibe, I read certain books, like
yeah,
Abraham Hicks and
yeah,
Power versus Force, David Hawkins. I read a few books and they were awakening, but then when I found my community, that's when it really, really
yeah.
embodied into me. Yeah, yeah,
Yes, I agree. I
yeah.
agree. Denny says, until I got out, I found out that being in church had nothing to do with being spiritual.
Oh, thank you, Denny. Oh my God, she's speaking my language. This is exactly what I've been dealing with. Yeah, there's some people that believe religion is the be all and end all, or they've just even to some level have given away their power to a power outside of them. Um, and they don't realize that they are truly divine because if they realized it, they wouldn't be struggling. And I see people struggle when they give their power away. And I just want to stop that. I want to help them. I want to give them the tools that they need, help them embody the teachings that saved my life, that saved my
Yeah,
sanity. And that's why I'm here. I was
yeah,
told it's not just for you, Elvira, it's for you to share with the world. So
yeah. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love this conversation. And I could just keep droning
oh
on about it because, as I said, it is something I'm very passionate about, having left my own
yeah.
fear and
Yeah.
standing up for my truth and being that sovereign being. Honestly,
Yeah.
we have to have
We have to.
we have to, and we have to have more of us on this planet. And
Yeah.
I know the people watching, and I know that there's so many on this page, beautiful women that I've met that are doing just that,
Yeah.
standing in truth,
Yeah.
standing in their.
All the power to them. Yeah. Yeah.
I just absolutely love it. I was interviewing a woman last night on the page, beautiful, beautiful soul. Oh my gosh. I laughed with her afterwards because it dawned on me when I started talking to her. I thought, God, you remind me of the voice reminds me of someone. Who is this voice like? And partway through the interview, I'm like, oh my God, I know who she reminds me of. It's Miley Cyrus. If you ever go back and listen to her,
Oh, okay. That twang?
it
Kinda
sounds like Miley Cyrus.
oh, okay. I love
Um,
her voice. Yeah.
so do I. And
Yeah.
my husband goes, I bet you're a good singer. And she goes, well, yeah, kind of I am. I'm like, no, I bet you are. Anyway, she left
That's so
environmental,
great.
which she was so passionate about, and she's now doing breath work. She's like a breath work coach.
Breath work is so cool. I
And
had some major transformation through breath work.
I was so fascinated by this
Oh my
conversation. We
gosh.
always learn from one another. I was so fascinated by this conversation with her. And she talked about the physiology of it and, what's happening to our bodies as we're
Yeah.
doing it. When our body has remembered a certain way of breathing. I was like, oh my God, I'm loving this. It was so great. So
Yeah.
if anyone's interested, go back and find that.
I
It's
will. I'm gonna go yeah, I'm gonna find it. Yes. Yeah.
she's great. And I really enjoyed that. So,
Okay.
you know, just another, someone else who's living their purpose
Love
and
it.
truth and
Oh,
helping others
yes.
by way of group. She has a group
Yeah.
um, that teaches breath work.
Yeah.
So, like
That's
we all have a
fantastic.
purpose. We all have, and just like that talk you did last week, which by the way I listened to, which was fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Said, in the audience, like to who feels they have a purpose.
Yeah.
Everybody has a
Everybody has a purpose. Yeah. Everybody raised their hand and they were all older people too, which was really great. So,
yeah,
yeah.
and you know
Yeah.
what, guys who are watching, throw in the comment section. I would love to hear, what you feel your purpose is. What were you put on this planet for? And if you are still someone who says, I really don't know what my purpose is, that's okay. I
That's
didn't
okay.
either. I
Yeah.
left and I really didn't know.
Yeah. Me too. Me
I
too.
left
I
and I'm
had a yeah.
well, what do I do now? I have no idea. So I was, you know,
The
I
ultimate faith, the ultimate faith. Yeah. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh, of course, as always, I've loved this
Oh,
conversation.
so good, Lisa. So
Beautiful.
good. And
Always,
thank you for
always.
joining us, everyone below. And yeah, even on YouTube, please put any comments if this spoke to you. I feel this was a really important conversation. I mean, they're always good, but I just feel this one was really, really important, Lisa. And thank you so much
Yeah.
for holding such beautiful space for these conversations with me.
Oh, thank you, Elvira, because like you said, we are together, we are better, and I just feel so in alignment with you, and it just
Me
feels so
too.
good to have
It's
this.
so juicy.
It
Thank you.
is. It's so
Yay.
well, everyone who jumped on and took the time out of your day. Honest to gosh, we love you so much,
Yes.
and are so grateful that you did that for us. And we are so grateful. Hopefully, you've got something from this. And I think, judging from the comments you have, which is beautiful. MJ says, as usual, very insightful. Hi, MJ.
Love MJ. Love MJ. She's my amazing graphic arts person. If you need
I
a
know.
good graphic arts person and you're a heart-centered, fun person, you gotta talk to MJ.
Yeah,
Little plug for her.
I love it. Yeah, MJ,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
Awesome.
Thank you so much to everyone. And
Thank
as
you.
always, we will see you next week. So bye for now.
Bye. Mwah.